The All-Tel SEC Game of the Week is being brought to you by Ruby Tuesday and by Toyota.
We're back at Memorial Gym in Nashville, where the Commodores square off today against the Arkansas Razorbacks. And let's check the starting lineups for today's game. The Razorbacks have Michael Washington. Twice has been the SEC Player of the Week this season, averaging 16 points, 10 boards a game, among the leaders in both scoring and rebounding in the SEC, with Fortson, Britt, Clark, and Sanchez. And the starting lineup for the Commodores: Jermaine Beal, one of the top assist men in the SEC, with Tinsley, Taylor, Ogilvie, and Jingang, rounding out the Commodores starting lineups. Kevin Stallings had used 9 different lineups. This has been his most used, the 14th time that those players have taken the court. Here's John Pelfrey, the backup John Pelfrey anyway, the Arkansas coach in his second season with a 37-26 record. They've lost 9 of their last 10. However, they've won 5 straight against Vanderbilt. And Kevin Stallings, who is in his 10th season as the Commodore head coach, they have a record of 18-11. They've won 2 in a row. They are 7-8 in the SEC. And today's game brought to you in high definition. We're available by Raycom Sports. Mike Stewart, Tom Eads, and Ted Valentine, the officials for this afternoon's game, and we're underway with Arkansas controlling the opening tap.
Vanderbilt opens up in a man-to-man defense. The one they like to use. They will use some zone, though.
Clark, a 3, short, and rebounded by Vanderbilt. Gang with the board. Three-pointer on its way, and good to open the game.
Brad Tinsley with a long-range 3. Boy, has he been playing well of late, Tom.
Fans wanted to walk. No call as Washington had it partially blocked. Ogilvie gives it up.
Not sure Ogilvie to get away with a walk right there.
Well, he drew the foul. It's going to be called on Sanchez.
Go back and take a look at the good form of Brad Tinsley. Once he catches the ball, it's out of his hands in a hurry. A great quick release. This young man has been one of the outstanding freshmen this league has had this season, in a league that has really boasted, I think, of some quality freshman players.
A.J. Ogilvie, the sophomore from Sydney, Australia. That's his 1,007th career point. He is the first sophomore in Vanderbilt history to pass the 1,000-point mark. And a 5-0 Vandy lead.
Here's the guy that Vandy has to keep out of that lane, Courtney Fortson with the basketball, and they know that.
Fortson drives on Beal, scoops good.
Just like that. That's the reason you got to keep him out of there. He'll go all the way to the rim on you, or he can drop the ball off. He's a great passer, number 2 in the league.
Taylor tried to dish it off, intercepted for a moment, and then Beal saves for the Commodores. Crisp ball movement that time by the Commodores. Taylor found Ogilvie and one. Michael Washington with a foul.
Watch the maneuver by Fortson right here on the earlier play with the left hand going inside. They have to keep him out of the middle. For Vanderbilt, good passing on the perimeter, and the final pass inside by Taylor, and Ogilvie's right there to grab it. Boy, Ogilvie's really picked up his game, Tom, and we talked about at the top of the show, he has been terrific his last 2 outings.
Missed the free throw there, but he does have 4 points early. Coming off that 33-point effort against LSU, his career high, which eclipsed the career high he had set the game earlier against South Carolina, 28. Britt can't get by Tinsley, shoots under him, no good. Ogilvie snatches it down.
Arkansas retreating on defense pretty quickly. They know Vandy will get out and try to run.
Taylor missed the shot, the outside shot, and Sanchez the rebound.
Remember now, the benches are on the ends here, so when players look for guidance, they have to look all the way to the other end of the floor in this first half.
Fortson just did his first experience on the Memorial Gym configuration. He looked a little lost as he looked back at John Pelfrey way down at the end of the court. That's a kicked ball. There's John Pelfrey on one knee, all the way at the end of the court from where his, there you have a good view of where his Razorbacks are putting it in play. Takes some getting used to. Sanchez with a screen for Fortson, switched out by Ogilvy. Here's Fortson on Beal, through the foul. Fans thought that their two men were standing there with raised arms and he jumped into him, but Shingang will be called for the foul.
All right, you folks at home, take a look at this. A foul on the defense, or did he run in and did he commit the action? I think he really created the contact that time.
That's a tough call. Tough call on Shingang, and Beal was there as well. Fortson hits the free throw.
But Tom, once again, it's him getting into that lane that creates problems for the opponents of Arkansas. You just have got to turn him away.
Fortson averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists a game. As Stephen Walsh enters the Arkansas lineup.
Fortson is the leading freshman scorer in the Southeastern Conference.
Andre Clark is also in for Arkansas, as is Jason Henry. Ogilvy on the pick and roll, missed it. And an offensive foul on A.J. Ogilvy.
Ogilvy slipped a screen that time. He went out to set it and then just flowed back in toward the basket. Once he got there, he really had nowhere to go. Nice job defensively inside by Andre Clark to get there and set himself.
Arkansas with the ball, down 3. Henry, picked off by Tinsley of Vanderbilt. Lost. Here's Fortson. 2-on-1 break to Welsh. Got it.
Nicely done. See, that's another thing I like about Fortson, who I would not consider a freshman right now. He's been through one full season. He gave that ball up at the proper time just when Welsh had a chance to make the basket.
That's the Vandy lead to 1. Tinsley for 3.
He's still on fire.
Tinsley 2 for 2 from the three-point line today. It's 10-6 Vandy.
Boy, he made a couple of big baskets against LSU in the last 4 minutes and 46 seconds down there that really helped them win that game in Baton Rouge.
Welch. Here's an illegal screen called. It's on Michael Washington. That's his second foul, so the second foul on Washington. Arkansas's leading scorer comes early.
That's simply just a fumble of the basketball, and the finish right here by Fortson, and Welsh with a nice maneuver down underneath. Watch again as Brad Tinsley nails another 3.
So Washington sits on the bench, replaced by Michael Sanchez. You see the shooting early in the game as we come inside the 16-minute mark in the opening half.
Well, it presents a dilemma for John Pelfrey having Washington on that bench over there. Maybe without a doubt, his best inside player.
Nice catch by Taylor, and he put it home. First basket for Jeffrey. Henry, that's a nice move to the basket. Jason Henry, the freshman from West Memphis. Here's a final score from Thompson Bowling. Alabama beats Tennessee in the season finale, 70-67.
What is going on in the last 3 weeks in the SEC? Home teams are getting beat.
Tennessee, the East co-champion now, I guess, although they will be the #1 seed. And that means Kentucky will square off against Alabama to open the SEC tournament next week. Vandy's hit 4 or 5. They lead by 4.
Never played at Bud Walton, but it is intimidating, both of them.
Well, it's the configuration of Memorial Gym that makes it intimidating, and it's the fans, I think, that make Bud Walton so intimidating. Well short, and that first one never got above the level of the rim. Junior from Newport News, Virginia. Missed them both. And rebounded by Festus Ezeli, who's in for Vanderbilt. As a result of Alabama beating Tennessee, it means Vandy squares off against Ole Miss in the opening night of the SEC tournament next Thursday. It's an open three. The fans wanted the shot, but
McClellan turned it down.
Marshawn McClellan, who just came in for the last time out there, he takes it a little shorter. Wouldn't have missed it, but he got his own rebound, then had it stripped away. Loose ball claimed by Arkansas. Brandon Moore, 6'9" freshman from New Orleans, is in for Arkansas as Fortson misses a three. But the rebound comes back to Arkansas, and Welsh misses a three. Another offensive rebound almost, and then taken away by Vanderbilt. McClellan with a screen, and then they trap Drake. Here's Beal for three with a hand in his face, and that will be a three-shot foul. Foul committed by Courtney Fortson, his first.
The idea was good by Arkansas to trap on the sideline over there, but they allowed Vandy to get the ball out of that trap. Once it came back to the top, Beal was wide open, and Fortson hit him right on the arm just as he released it. It's about the 47th time I've said this year, don't foul a jump shooter, and don't foul a jump shooter beyond the arc.
And don't foul a man who hits 82% of his free throws, third in the league, which is Jermaine Beal. Moore out, Sanchez in for Arkansas. And Rodney Clark is in, and Henry goes out for the Razorbacks.
John Pelfrey only dressed 11 players today, and he has played 9 so far.
So 3 free throws, the first points of the game for Jermaine Beal after the Pelfrey man committed the foul. Courtney Fortson fouling him in the act of shooting 3. Fortson up and under, no good. And McClellan waited in to get it, but then Fortson took it away, shoots it back over his head, no good. And then Sanchez lost it out of bounds. That wasn't a very good shot. Might as well back it out if you're going to come up with a steal. He's trying to argue his case with the officials and got a dirty look from Tom Eads.
He did indeed. I'll tell you one thing, he is determined once he gets that ball.
Beal has scored 5 in a row.
Tom has a really good screen by Ezeli that time to free him.
Biggest lead for the Commodores. Fortson zigging and zagging behind the screens. Sanchez. And a foul call on Vanderbilt. It's whistled against Goulburn. First on Lance Goulburn, and 4 against Vanderbilt now. Welsh triggers it inbounds to Fortson. 7 minutes into the game in Nashville, and that's going to be a hand check foul. It's called on Drake of Vanderbilt, his first.
Pretty nice move by Welsh that time. He was trying to get to the rim on that left side. Arkansas has done that a couple of times this afternoon, coming from that left side to try to get up there.
Sanchez with a screen for Fortson, drives on Drake, pulls up the shot, good.
So tough to guard. He's got that little Downey move. You know, Devin Downey has that little step forward to kind of get some space. And then he steps back and shoots that fall-away jumper.
6 points for Courtney. Here's the trap down low. Slapped away by Welsh for the 4th Vanderbilt turnover. Fortson driving on McClellan, and that'll be a foul on Darshawn McClellan. That's his first, but the 6th now against Vanderbilt.
Courtney Fortson is number 2 in the SEC in assists, but right here he shows you his mid-range game. You've got to respect his outside shooting ability, and if you do go out and guard him, he can put it on the floor and go by you so quickly.
Ogilvy, Tinsley, and Taylor back in for Vandy. Fortson That's a long-range 2. A 2 for Courtney Fortson, who has 8 of Arkansas's 12 points. It's going to go Arkansas's way as Goldberg sets an illegal screen for his second foul.
Seen a lot of off-the-ball calls today by the officials.
And Goldberg to the bench now as Zealy comes back.
Another thing about having these benches on the end, the officials on the baseline get an earful from the coaches. They can't get away from them.
5-point Vandy lead. Clark made a nice catch. Sanchez sets a screen for him. Fortson.
Bad shot.
And rebounded by Vandy. He will take some bad ones now.
Yep, he will.
And here he commits a foul. A reach-in foul. Welch does. A reach-in foul by Stefan Welch. His first foul. And a timeout with 11:47 left. Played in Sweden professionally.
Arkansas back in a 2-3 zone out of this timeout.
Beal for 3. Jermaine Beal with a hot hand early. He has 8 Vandy points.
Tinsley and Beal are their 2 best 3-point shooters.
And Vanderbilt has hit 6 of 8 to open the game. And they're out rebounding Arkansas 9-4. Welsh for 3. Can't answer. And Ogilvy grabs it. 3 rebounds for the big man. Taylor foul as he takes it to the rim. I think it's Sanchez. It is number 2 on Michael.
Tom, there are a lot of reasons to like the play of the freshman Jeffrey Taylor. One of them is the fact that he can put the ball on the deck and get to the rim in a hurry, as evidenced by that move right there. Once he caught that ball on the baseline, he had his sights on that rim.
Free throw good by Taylor. As Fortson, Henry, and Clark comes in. And I've been saying Alabama against Kentucky, and I've been wrong, Larry. Sorry, excuse me. It's Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Alabama were square off against Vanderbilt. So sorry for the mistake. When Alabama beat Tennessee today, that moved them into the bracket opposite Vanderbilt, and Ole Miss and Kentucky will tip the tournament off at 1 o'clock Eastern time. My apologies, my mistake.
How about Philip Pearson? Boy, how about a win in Knoxville today after the way Tennessee has played in their last 2 road wins.
Interesting, some teams that have come on late, Vanderbilt being one of them. Auburn certainly the hottest team in the league right now, and Alabama has played much better in the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season. Clark, 3-pointer is good.
Well, he continues his hot shooting too. We've got 2 really good freshman long-range shooters in this game today.
A.J. Ogilvy missed right in close. Rebounded by Henry. Right back to Henry from Clark. His 3 no good. And Ogilvy has rebound number 4. Missed 3, but Taylor reverses it in. Jeffrey Taylor has 4 points.
John Pelfrey's going to take a 30-second time right now, take a timeout right now, and he's blistering Andre Clark for not blocking out.
And not much defense from the Razorbacks in any form, because Vanderbilt has hit 7 of 11, 64% shooting.
Now John Pelfrey's trying to get his club motivated just before they head for Tampa. The guy that leads them right now is the freshman Courtney Fortson. Here was his first basket on a little up and under move, and then the step back for the mid-range jump shot. It's 2 of his shots on his menu, and the 3rd one is a crossover right there from the left side. Fortson off to a good start here in the first half.
And one of the Arkansas freshmen, Rodney Clark, got a three-point basket down.
I think the Southeastern Conference is going to see a lot of the two freshmen I've talked about today. Rodney Clark, a good long-range shooter, and certainly Brad Tinsley is another one of those freshmen that can bomb him up from long range.
Here's Fortson walking it up. He's taken 53% or 41% of their shots and has 53% of their points so far.
I'll tell you, your
I just did that in my head.
Yeah, your math continues to amaze me.
Clark from Fortson.
I guess whatever John Pelfrey said to him, it got to him, because on the offensive end, he really threw that one down.
Ogilvy playing against Washington, who has 2 fouls, and Ogilvy puts it in. He has a half dozen.
Tom Ogilvy has been nursing a foot injury all season long, but it seems like the last week he has really started to perform the way he did as a freshman last year.
Fortson hits the jump shot. He's in double figures, first player in the game. Taylor faked the shot, then splits defenders, and is fouled as it rolls out. Washington has just committed his 3rd foul. Michael Washington, foul number 3. Today's game brought to you by Alltel, the official wireless partner of fans.
Well, they're going to get Washington out of the game, and it's probably going to be his position is that bench over there for the rest of this half with 8:44 left. He's not going to put him back in there with 3 fouls.
Washington leaves without a point and only 1 rebound, averaging 16 points and 10 boards a game. Picks up his 3rd foul with 8:44 left in the opening half. Jeffrey Taylor makes it 28-19 Vanderbilt.
Well, this really puts Arkansas undermanned, particularly on the inside.
Clark couldn't get the shot away against Taylor. Now Fortson launches a 3. Wow, Courtney Fortson under pressure, a 3-pointer, gives him 13 in the first half.
13 of the 22. Did you ever come into a gym and just really feel it? I think he feels this at Memorial Gym. First time in here already. He is so hot.
Here's Beal. He's been hot too, but that one no good. Long rebound. Nobody got it. Taylor chased it down.
Arkansas in that 2-3 matchup zone. Nice ball movement.
Good catch inside. And then taken away from Mazzilli. Here's Fortson the other way for Arkansas. Clark for 3. Rimmed out on the floor. Sanchez has it. Clark launches again. This one good.
I love those guys that just won't give up. Miss it, take it, shoot it again. Rodney Clark.
Hogs within 3.
Boy, I can't say enough about the Arkansas guards today. They have been terrific.
Ezeli muscles it in. His first basket.
Tom, that's where they missed Washington. Down inside. They have nobody down there to defend. Brandon Moore at 6'9" is their biggest player in there.
See the 3-point shooting. 3 of 5 and 3 of 9. Fortson, better guard him. That one, though, short. There's a push-off right in front of the official Tom Eads by Darshawn McClellan. Well, the 3-point shots on both ends. This is Fortson knocking one down, and his teammate Clark. It's a 5-point. Has 13 points and 3 assists early in this game. And there are his credentials to be freshman of the year. He did have a triple-double earlier. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists against North Carolina Central. 4 double-doubles in SEC play this season for Fortson. Vanderbilt shooting 64% and 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Problem is they've turned the ball over 8 times. 8 turnovers against only 1 for Arkansas. Free throw no good by McClellan. Every one of their points has come from the backcourt, just about 21 of 25. And of course, Michael Washington, their chief inside threat, on the bench with 3 first-half fouls.
So Welsh is going to run things out there while Fortune takes a breather.
5 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Welsh. It rimmed out. And McClellan gives it up. Vanderbilt in a hurry. Stripped away by Clark. 9th Vandy turnover. Clark hesitates and travels, or carried the basketball. And his hesitation moves. So only the 2nd Arkansas turnover, but 9 now against the Doors.
It's the only reason that Arkansas is as close as they are. The turnovers by Vanderbilt and the hot shooting by the guards of Arkansas. Razorbacks back in what looks like a matchup zone again.
Vanderbilt just moving around the perimeter. McClellan across pass to Taylor with 7 to shoot. Tinsley. They get a shot off to beat the shot clock, and then Taylor the offensive rebound. McClellan beat the shot clock, but then Taylor the offensive board, his 3rd rebound.
That was a good smart move by the freshman Taylor to take it back out and not force that issue inside.
McClellan over Sanchez, no good. Tapped by Ogilvy, no good. Finally, another miss right underneath by Vanderbilt. And a foul is, a travel as Taylor took it back up.
Well, that's one of those situations. Watch everybody with the basketball. Taylor tries to go up. It rolls off the front of the rim. I'm going to assume that Taylor had possession of the basketball right there. It looked like a tie-up.
Well, it's the 10th turnover committed in this first half by the Commodores. Arkansas has converted those 10 turnovers, or the previous 9 anyway, into 7 points. Let's see if they can get some points off this latest turnover. Clark, step back 3, good.
Oh, the guards of the Razorbacks. Clark and Fortson.
Clark is 3 of 5 beyond the arc, 9 points. And the Hogs are within 2.
It's a nice alliteration there.
Ogilvy. Rebounded by Arkansas. Clark had it for a moment. Andre Clark, and now Fortson. I think without Washington in the game, they'd go to Ogilvy almost every time. Ogilvy deflect that one, but right back to Fortson. Fortson just left Taylor standing in his wake. Then Andre Clark had to save it. Fortson drives baseline, missed the shot. Picked up by Vandy. Arkansas hustles back on defense. Ogilvy.
That was not a very pretty shot. He almost launched that one from his waist.
He needs to set up on the low block, not be taking those 12, 15 footers. Ogilvy 2 of 5 shooting. Arkansas with a chance to tie or take the lead. Clark, pull up, good. He has 11 points, and it's tied at 30.
You talk about a guard-oriented offense this afternoon for Arkansas. These two guys are lighting Vanderbilt up. Doing it from just about everywhere. I mean, long range, mid-range, going to the floor and going up to the rim.
Fortson and Clark. Here's Andre Clark pulling down the rebound, handing it to Fortson, who gets the play call from John Pelfrey. 11-2 run by the Razorbacks. They have a chance for their first lead. Welsh, off-balance shot, no good. Here we go the other way with Beal. Now Tinsley. And a a foul out on the floor on Arkansas. It's called on Welch. No, on Rodney Clark. Rodney Clark, who has been lighting it up on the offensive end, commits that foul. Here's the step back shot, good. And another.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the court, Vanderbilt.
They, once down by 10, have tied Vanderbilt at 30. There they are, fortunate out Clark, carrying the scoring load for the Razorbacks.
Tom, I would think Kevin Stallings would start to make some adjustments defensively to really extend that defense to pick up those guards. Arkansas not known for scoring down inside except for Washington.
Tinsley hits the free throw. He has 7 points. Closing in on his average here in the first half. Commodores back up by 2. Rodney Clark has scored the last 8 points for Arkansas. Here he is again, launching. That's a long 2, comes out. Charles Hinkle makes his first appearance for Vandy.
Arkansas continues in that zone defense, and Vanderbilt content to work the outside until they can find an opening like that.
Zealy missed a good shot. Offensive rebound. There's a flop. No whistle. Good, no call. Tinsley misses the 3. And picked up on the fly by Fortson. Hesitation move. Ball fake. Missed it. Saved by Welch. He beat Tinsley to the ball. And the floater good by Stephon Welch.
That was a good hustle play by Welch that time, getting into the lane. How about the Razorbacks hanging in here, doing it basically on the scoring of 2 guys.
See the 3-point shooting. There's one that goes down for Shingang. His first basket. 3-point shot puts the Commodores up by that margin as Fortson does a 360 trying to get the play call from John Pelfrey at the other end of the court. Andre Clark, short, way short. Tinsley left it for Taylor. Zealy.
Some floating passes, a couple of them down there. The last one by Taylor to Zealy. Fortunate to find Zealy open, and Vandy's pushed it out to a 5-point lead.
Vanderbilt with 8 assists here in the first half, and they suddenly have scored 5 in a row. Timeout Arkansas at 57.1. Well, Vanderbilt with so many foreign players. We heard the Swedish from Jeffrey Taylor earlier. Here's what Steve Shingang says in French.
Aujourd'hui, moi, Tom et Larry au tournoi à Tampa.
And we will be joining him in Tampa. The young man from Cameroon. And he'll be taking the court at the SEC tournament on opening night as Vanderbilt plays Alabama. The SEC tournament coverage brought to you by Haviland on most of these Raycom stations.
The language just kind of flows off the top, doesn't it?
And Larry came up with that idea of all the Vanderbilt foreign players to have them all give us a tournament greeting.
We got to find somebody who speaks Southern, though.
10 points off the 10 turnovers by the Commodores. That's big in this first half. But Vanderbilt has scored 5 in a row to reclaim the lead. Fortson can't get a shot away. Tried to get it to Sanchez, and the ball kicked.
Now move the clock back to 15 seconds.
And it gone down to 9. It'll be reset at 15. Game clock at 36.7 for this first half. Fortson, 3-pointer, no good. Somehow rebounded by Arkansas, and then the shot no good by Henry after he got the offensive board, and Vandy can take the final shot. And they'll call a timeout to set up the play.
30-second timeout.
And let's update our Alltel Text of War poll configuration and the hospitality of the fans. And the wonders of Music City make it one of the favorite stops. Vanderbilt holding for the final shot here. 6 seconds. And bailed out by a Sanchez foul. That was going nowhere. Ezeli had lost control of it. And it's the third foul on Michael Sanchez. Wow.
You know, Tom, oftentimes when you draw up a play like that, you want to present at least 3 options. And Vandy had 3 options on that particular play, the last one being Ezeli down inside with under 3 seconds, and then Sanchez commits his third foul.
It didn't appear that Vanderbilt was going to even get a shot off.
This is the part of Ezeli's game he really needs to work on for next year.
Just 48% at the line, though, although the first one went down for him. Second one good as well. Here's Fortson. Got a 3 away. Good! At the buzzer.
Tom, he is absolutely remarkable. A terrific first half. Clark picked up the scoring in the mid part of the first 20 minutes. Then he comes back and finishes it off with that little fake and underneath and up and another 3, 1.5.
Courtney Fortson with 16 points in the first half as Arkansas has gotten 33 from their backcourt. It's a 4-point game.
Dogs ran roughshod through everybody to win that championship.
Well, hopefully we won't have the tornado. That's all I'm saying. And today's game brought to you in high definition. We're available by Raycom Sports.
Yeah, I could do without that too.
We had a rough night of it, that tornado night, as I recall.
Looks like Arkansas is going to open up in his own defense. They are.
And the entry pass knocked away by Washington, trying to get it to Ogilvy. Here's Fortson pushing all the way down. Too hard off the glass. Ogilvy had it for a moment. Washington claims it. Right back to Fortson. And what's the call? 3-second violation. 3-second call is an Arkansas turnover. As you see, the Vandy leading scorers in the first half, and the 2 big guns for the Razorbacks, Fortson and Clark.
A little bit of pressure by Arkansas there. Not trying to steal the basketball, just trying to slow Vanderbilt up. And they drop back into that 2-3 matchup again.
Tinsley for 3.
That's the way to break up a zone. Find a guy like Tinsley who can shoot a 3.
Tinsley has 11 points, which leads Vanderbilt.
He is now 3 out of 4 from beyond the arc.
Sanchez not ready for that pass from Washington. Hit him right in the gut. And there he fumbled another one away, not ready for the pass. Back-to-back turnovers for the Razorbacks to open the second half. Ogilvy lucky he didn't get it over the back after the miss. Clark, he's still hot. Rodney Clark of Arkansas.
Tom, that was a good 2 steps in back of the 3-point line. Rodney Clark is really doing a number on that defense in the perimeter of Vanderbilt.
He's hit 4 of 7 from the arc. He's had 4 or more 3-point baskets 8 of the last 9 games. Ogilvy, nice pass, slipped it to Taylor, but he missed the shot. And Washington with an outlet pass, his 3rd rebound. Here's Britt for 3.
Just like that, Arkansas hits a couple of back-to-back trays, and they're back in this game.
Vandy's lead cut to 1. Taylor baseline, collision collision, no call. Turnover. Here's 3-on-3. Fortson hesitates, gets it to Britt. Steps inside the arc, and they'll call a foul on the play on Shingang. It's his second.
That is on Vanderbilt's 33 seed Shingang. That is his second team first for the half.
Well, once again, it's Clark right here coming around the defender. Look at that. He's a good 2 steps in back of that three-point arc. You know what? The other thing is you want to make sure not just those guys are getting it done. Marcus Britt tried to get in the flow of things as he hit a 3, too.
That ball inbounded to nobody, but Fortson came to pick it up. And now Fortson, a little shake and bake, and Beal's called for the foul. Hand check foul. Jermaine Beal, number 1.
That is on Vanderbilt's number 0, Jermaine Beal. That is his first.
You know, sometimes you look up and you think you're guarding Fortson, and all you're doing is looking at open space.
He was grasping at thin air.
So very quick with that basketball.
There's a whistle as he lobbed it in. And he wasn't given enough space by Vanderbilt. They backed the defenders off a little bit, especially Shingang.
So they do the very same thing.
Here's Fortson, got by Tinsley. Good help by Shingang, who made him alter the shot and then hauled down the rebound. Shingang with a nice play. Ezeli and 1. It's the 4th foul on Michael Washington.
Tom, this is a foul that is uncalled for. Michael Washington knows he's got 3 fouls. He doesn't need to even get close to that 4th foul. Now he picks it up, and he's probably going to have to go back to the bench again.
Ezeli misses the free throw. Rebounded by Arkansas. They have the ball down 3. Goldburn did a good job on him because he got a screen, and then he missed the 3, and Washington an offensive rebound.
I think it hit the side of the board or the back brace underneath.
Out of bounds to Vanderbilt, and Washington with 4 fouls will come out of the game. He has not scored a point, averaging 16 a game.
Watch Michael Washington after this Clark miss. A good rebound. He came from a long way to get it as he was trying to come back in. The ball hit the back brace behind the glass.
Disastrous afternoon for Michael Washington. Washington, the 10th leading scorer, 2nd leading rebounder in the SEC. Arkansas foul.
That is on Arkansas's number 44, Andre Clark.
It's on Clark, Andre Clark.
Team second.
There's that final score from Knoxville. Michigan State beats Purdue.
Leonard Hamilton, the former Kentucky assistant, doing really well at Florida State this year.
Beal misses a 3, slapped out, but right to Fortson. 3-on-2 Arkansas. Fortson. Bailed out by a foul. He should have given the ball up. Instead, he held on to it, but Tinsley fouled him.
You know, oftentimes I think when he's got the basketball, he's not sure what he's going to do with it. It all depends on what the defense is going to do. I'm not sure about that.
3 team fouls on Vanderbilt. Fortson nowhere to go with a tall timber in there, but he got his own rebound. He has 5 rebounds now. Remember, he had that triple-double earlier in the season.
Tom, he pulled off 13 rebounds against Ole Miss the other day.
That's a travel on Travis or Jason Henry. So 5 Arkansas turnovers. 3 of them this half.
In the game for Arkansas, number 12,
Marcus Britt is going to give Fortson a rest.
I was going to say this may be the best game of the year for Arkansas as far as taking care of the ball. Only 5 turnovers to this point.
And a dozen for the Commodores. We're just about 4 minutes into the second half. Goulburn. Flopped by Andre Clark, no whistle, and Goulburn gets his first bucket. Rodney Clark rimmed out, tapped once by Andre Clark. On the floor, claimed by Beal for a moment, and then Tinsley grabs it. Now Tinsley straight away, and they'll set up their half court. Remember now, no Michael Washington in there, so Vanderbilt going inside and drawing the personal foul. It's on Andre Clark, his second. Vanderbilt trying to win its third game in a row. Goldburn gets in on the act for the Commodores, who lead by 5. Turned it over twice in the second half.
You know, with Washington out of the lineup for Arkansas, that really produces a very small front court for them. Jason Henry at 6'6" in there is one of their guys. Brandon Moore at 6'9".
Fortson also getting a rest over on the Arkansas bench, as you saw. As first free throw is no good by Ezeli.
In the game for Vanderbilt, number 21, Darshan McClellan, replacing Chingang.
McClellan replacing Chingang for Vanderbilt.
Both coaches used a lot of players liberally today. Moving them in and out, maybe getting ready for this weekend. They may have to play 4 games starting on Thursday.
Well, if either of these teams are to make a serious run and win that SEC tournament championship, they would have to play 4 games in as many days, as Georgia did last year. Welch lost it. That's touched by Vanderbilt, so no over and back violation. Off of Vanderbilt's foot. Good turnaround. Henry is not there. And rebounded by Ezeli. He has 4 boards. Tinsley swiped by Clark. Rodney Clark.
Well, the one thing about these Arkansas guards, don't they keep that dribble alive?
They do.
You never see them pick up that dribble. They're always going somewhere with the ball. Moore with a good slip of the screen there, but Ezeli covered well.
10 to shoot. Welch does a 3. That's good. Stephon Welch has 7 points off the Arkansas bench. Rodney Clark falling down, and the fans got a charge out of that. Here's Tinsley to the rim and drawing the foul on Britt.
Of course, for Arkansas, Stephon Welch, the 3rd guard member out there, who now has contributed to Trey. Pretty good screen on Clark right there.
Fans got a kick out of that as Rodney Clark, the all-time leading scorer in Oklahoma high school history, hit the deck. Nearly 4,000 points.
I don't think he's finishing Fayetteville either.
Blocked twice. Henry hit it last. It'll be Vandy's ball as the Hogs continue to get all but 2 of their points from their back court.
Like I said at halftime, you have to make adjustments when things happen. It's detrimental to your club.
Beal lobs inside for the throw down by Goldburn. Nice pass from Jermaine Beal. Timeout Arkansas.
Once again, the inside play of Vanderbilt. Out of the out-of-bounds play. Goldburn finishing it off. Commodores up.
Hey, mate. Watch Raycom Sports for SEC tournament action.
No worries, mate. We'll see you down in Tampa at the St. Pete Times Forum. Raycom Sports coverage begins on Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. Kentucky at Ole Miss. If I remember correctly, Kentucky had gone 5-0 to start the SEC season before they went to Oxford, where Ole Miss handed them their first conference loss, and things went steadily downhill from there.
You're absolutely correct, sir.
That's the SEC tournament brought to you by Haviland. Most of these stations next week.
Kind of a revenge game for Kentucky in that opening set of games that we've got in the afternoon. Looking forward to being in Tampa for the SEC tournament.
Front court scoring. 17 for the Commodores and only 2 for Arkansas. Here's Sanchez, blocked as he took it up and stolen away by Vandy. Goldburn gets it to Ogilvie. Ogilvie missed the shot after he made a nice reverse move to the other side of the rim. Just came up a little short. The shot to the chops, too, apparently. Shake it off, mate. And I'd like to alert our viewers that there has been a brief disturbance in our transmission signal due to seasonal solar activity. It's temporary, so please stay with us.
Arkansas still in its zone defense.
Did miss a couple of good Larry jokes, but other than that, not too much missed during those disturbances. Welsh. Floater. Too hard. Ogilvy hauls it down. That's 5-6 rebounds for Ogilvy. Drake. I think he took an extra step in there somewhere, but he floated it down as Sanchez made the flop.
It looked like he lost his balance. He was trying to regain his balance. He just threw the ball up in the air.
That's about 3 flops by Arkansas. They got to figure out this crew's not going to call it. Fortson, that's a reach-in foul on Beal and a good call. Second on Beal.
Let's go back once again and watch this play by George Drake. Yeah, it was Clark right there guarding. He goes down in there and he was trying to get his balance and he just threw it up there.
Also provided up at 44, Jeffrey Taylor, replacing Lance Goldberg.
Drake will go to the bench along with Goldberg. 4 team fouls now on Vanderbilt. Actually on both teams. Nice catch by Clark. Pass kind of behind him. Step back, but no shot there. Taylor stayed right with him. Sanchez against Ogilvy. Working his way to the hoop. Fouled by A.J. Ogilvy.
I don't think I've seen an individual effort for a basket. It was harder to get than what Sanchez just tried to do. He started on one side of the lane, went to the other side. The whole way, Ogilvy was all over him. When he came back, tried to lay up on the left side, and he got hacked.
At the line for Arkansas, Michael Sanchez for 2 shots.
So Sanchez at the free throw line where he hit 72%. A freshman from Springdale, right next door to Fayetteville. Has not scored. They have one more free throw. Marcus Britt replacing Rodney Clark.
Sanchez pretty reliable at the free throw line. 72% coming in.
Missed them both.
Violation.
But a lane violation will give him another shot.
Lane violation.
I think what happened that time, I was watching the lane, and Jeffrey Taylor kind of slipped with that right foot. Sanchez going to go for the hat trick. One of 3.
Found the range on the third one. Beal. Fortson. Like a mosquito all over him. Now Ogilvy draws the double team. Split it. Scored? No. Just came up short. Taylor tapped once. Then Tinsley misses. Or Taylor it was, and missed twice. And then Henry for Arkansas. Laid a brick up there. Some ugly shots on both those possessions.
Yes.
Nice quick hands by Welch.
Oh, what a pass.
And what a catch. And that'll be a goaltend. Taylor with a goaltend on the shot by Fortson. That's 18 points for Fortson. What about that pass?
Stephon Welsh, watch this. Throwing it down. Great catch by Fortson on the other end. Field goal to Arkansas. John Pelfrey, I think going into this year, felt like his season, if he was above 500, would have been a good year. They got off to such a hot start. And then when conference play started, everything went downhill.
Well, they beat Oklahoma and Texas, and everybody was predicting great things for this young team. Come into today's game at 14-14 overall.
Well, they had 6 difference makers that were gone off of last year's squad, and it has been a real struggle for them since they hit conference play.
Taylor off the screen, curls it down for a 2-point long-range 2 for Jeffrey Taylor. Double figures for him now.
zone now.
And looked like it was puzzling Arkansas for a moment. And then Henry shoots over it. Ogilvy draws a red-shirted crowd. Last touch by Arkansas.
Go back and take a look at Jeffrey Taylor, the freshman, just inside the three-point line, top of the circle. As Tom indicated, a nice curl off of that screen and finishing up with a nice shot. Arkansas has stayed in his own defense for most of this second half.
Here's Ogilvy. Over Sanchez for the bucket. And he has 8, coming off 28 and 33-point performances. Welsh colliding with Taylor. That's an offensive foul, no basket. And let's take a look at our Haviland defensive shield. Vanderbilt second in scoring defense in the SEC. That's 65.3 points, not percentage. 65.3 points per game they allow. Auburn is first. Hinkle carried the ball. Charles Hinkle commits Vandy's 15th turnover.
Heard much from Fortson recently. That outstanding first half he had.
There he is. That one's short, but he waded right in to get it away from Taylor. Out of bounds, which way? It'll be Vandy's ball.
Courtney Fortson is one of those players that when he puts a ball up, he's going to go get it if it's going to come off of there. So many guys you see will just retreat and go back on defense. He wants to go get his miss. It was a pretty good effort.
Here's Michael Washington playing with 4 fouls. Has had a disastrous afternoon as you see his numbers. 0 for 2, no points. Averaging again 16 points, 10 rebounds a game. Number 10 scorer, number 2 rebounder in the SEC. Steal. Welsh racing in and is fouled. And scuffle breaks out.
See what the problem was here at the end. We simply thought it was Welsh is going for the ball. You can see right there the foul was committed by Charles Hinkle of Vanderbilt. A little conversation. Courtney Fortson gets in the middle of it. Well, Washington really flirted with that 5th foul right there as he reached around to slap that ball away.
And Mike Stewart and Tom Eads are going to take a look at the replay as you see Fortson chesting Hinkle after the play. And Pelfrey talking to Welsh. Here's the foul.
Just a hard foul, Tom. I'm not sure there's anything there except just him going after the basketball.
Like Welsh stuck his foot out and kind of tried to trip him, and then Fortson got in the middle of things and bumped Hinkle with his chest. So Vanderbilt's going to run back to the other end of the court to their bench while Stewart and Eads check it out on the replay monitor. Here's what they're looking at.
Well, he reached in to try to get the basketball right there. Now watch the end after the play is over with. Oh, there it is, right there.
That's the trip. I don't know. It could have been inadvertent. It's hard to tell. Intent. And then Fortson. When he had that replay from the end zone, it was Fortson to get there and bumped Hinkle in the chest.
Watch it once more. You'll see Welsh right here, number 14. Now he gets fouled there. As you watch him go out of bounds, watch that left foot. I think that's what they're inquiring about. That's what they want to know. Trying to make a decision whether that was intentional or not.
And then at the end of that play, Courtney Fortson got in the middle of things, as we said. So if the carry it past the trip right there. And then watch what happens as Hinkle gets up. Here comes Fortson to bump him right there, and Tom Eads pulling Fortson away from Hinkle.
And that's what the discussion is about right now.
Yeah. See Tom Eads pointing to Fortson as he separates Fortson and Hinkle. So the conference is over. Now we await the ruling. And here it comes.
Well, they're discussing with the timer and the scorekeeper right now about what's going to happen. So they're just off to our left here, about 10 feet. Kind of nicely walked down here and told us.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't tag Fortson with a technical.
On Bengals number 2, Charles Hinkle, that is his first team 6. Are double technical fouls. One against Arkansas' number 4, Norby Morrison.
Well, they've called a foul on
Second, team 6.
Hinkle.
Also a foul, technical foul against Vanderbilt's number 2, Charles Hinkle.
And then double technicals on Hinkle and on Fortson.
We're going to shoot a lot of free throws right now.
So the personal foul on Hinkle as he went for the steal, and then double techs on Fortson and Hinkle.
Well, actually, that was the 7th team foul. Let's watch it once more. Well, Washington was lucky to get away with that. He almost picked up a foul. And there's the trip right there.
And then the chest bump that results in the technical.
Well, they're not going to shoot free throws. They're just going to inbound it and play. 16 fouls right now in Arkansas, 7 on Vanderbilt.
Hinkle bounced it right off the back of a Vandy player, right back to him like a boomerang. Even though Ogilvy wasn't involved in that boomerang.
I got it.
Welch jump stop, forced it up and rejected. Beal stripped out of his hands, out of bounds. Commodores ball.
Nice play down inside. Beal was trying to get to the rim. The block at the other end. Now watch Jermaine Beal with the ball. Fortson comes over, knocks it right out of his hand. That's a good call.
Welch, near steal. Out of bounds, back to the Commodores as Welch made a run at it.
Stephon Welch right here, right in the middle of the action, trying to come up with the ball. A lot of space on these sidelines. You can roll forever.
Welch is going to the bench. Jason Henry is back. Block shots 7 today by the Commodores, who are not known for their shot blocking prowess. But of course, the inside game of Arkansas has been non-existent today with Washington on the bench, much of the time in foul trouble. Shot clock at 5 as Vanderbilt turns it over.
Pretty good defensive work that time by Arkansas.
17 Vandy turnovers, 3 in a row now. And yet Arkansas unable to take advantage over the last 3 minutes, despite the 3 consecutive turnovers by the Commodores. Arkansas unable to score. Washington got a pretty good chest bump there and no call from Azili. And the Razorbacks will retain possession in front court with 17 on the shot clock. 1 tick under 8 minutes left. Vanderbilt holding the lead.
Had a long discussion with Tom Eads about that double technical that was called and also the foul that was committed by Vanderbilt. I asked them both, I said, why was the 7th foul not a 1-and-1? They said because that foul was the 7th foul, or the technical foul was the 7th foul. They had offsetting technicals, and that's why they didn't shoot free throws. So I got a good explanation.
Well, that is a good explanation. Yep. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt has turned it over 3 consecutive times, but Arkansas has gone, there are the officials, by the way, 3.5 minutes without a score for Arkansas. Unable to take advantage of the miscue. Fortson's runner, no good. slapped out by Ogilvy to start the break. Here's Taylor. Tinsley gives it back to Taylor, who scores. 12 points for Jeffrey Taylor.
Well, all of a sudden, Vandy has found their offense.
They equal their biggest lead of the game. They had a 10-point lead in the first half. Fortson, no good. Tinsley, easy rebound. Here's a run out and a foul on Fortson as he hustles down to foul Goldberg.
Watch this run out. Nice bounce pass to the other side and just giving it back to the right man. Well, that's a really pretty play. Jeffrey Taylor finishing it off.
This is a very young team. All but 10 of their points by underclassmen today. And no seniors here on senior day. They had a senior manager. That was it. Jermaine Beal is a junior. George Drake a junior.
I tell you, there are so few seniors in this league. I think LSU's got them all.
Yeah. One of the reasons maybe that they took the league championship. But now falling on hard times suddenly after clinching the overall championship. They have lost 2 in a row to Vanderbilt and to Auburn. One of them at home to Vandy. Fortson, Ogilvy trying to get out of his way. He's in his way again. Here's Sanchez. Outside shot, no good. Good block out by the Commodores' Goldberg. Ogilvy calling for it. Defended by Sanchez. Can't get it to him.
Well, Tinsley wants to get the ball inside. Ogilvy comes out to try to help him with the screen.
Taylor was open in the corner. Went baseline, reverse, no good. Ogilvy picks it up after Goldburn kept it alive. Bodies on the floor. Goldburn back to Tinsley. Everybody upright again. Ogilvy muscling Sanchez. Got him on the arm, I thought. Taylor, though, saves it. Tinsley misses a 3. Ogilvy with a rebound. Offensive board. He has 8 rebounds. And the fans applaud the effort as we come to the 6-minute mark.
Well, Ogilvy has really played well here at the end, hasn't he, Tom?
He has. Goldburn missing. Ogilvy, his 9th rebound. They rip it away, and then jump ball call. Alternate possession to Arkansas.
There was some effort down there in that possession. I think they were on the Vanderbilt end of the court for about a minute.
Arkansas has missed their last 6, and they've gone over 5.5 minutes without a point. That's why they face their biggest deficit of the game. This has been an ongoing problem with Arkansas, unable to close the deal late in games. This time they were trying to come from behind. They've got no production at all from their inside today. 2 points. Still, only 2 points from the front court of the Razorbacks today. Tough to win that way.
Yeah, and Michael Washington tried to make a change in that right there with that baseline jumper. He has had a horrendous day.
0 for 3. Playing with 4 fouls. Ogilvy shoots over Washington, no good. Clark takes it the other way.
Nice pass.
Washington blocked by Ogilvy, but he fouled him. 3 on AJ.
Fortson gave him a terrific pass that time. Folsom was on Washington's left shoulder. And once he got the ball down inside, all he did was just wheel to the basket. Nicely done by the guard from Arkansas.
So Washington with his first point of the game. That breaks a 6-minute, 20-second Arkansas drought. And Ogilvy to the bench after committing his 3rd.
Arkansas is going to pick up full court pressure now. Usually that press is just simply to harass and slow teams down. I think they're really trying to steal the ball now. They want to trap where they can, usually at midcourt, somewhere along the sidelines.
Pretty move. Jeffrey Taylor scoots baseline and reverses it down for his 14th point.
And Washington avoided his 5th foul that time as he blew right by him to lay it up on the reverse.
Fortson splits defenders, missed the shot, and put back by Washington. Arkansas back to a single-digit deficit. 4 minutes 20. Ten to shoot. Ezeli draws the foul with 4 on the shot clock.
Clark bailed them out.
Rodney Clark with a foul. They had nowhere to go with it. And we'll take a break and be back to this from your local SEC station.
There's some Commodore fans right down there below the floor as we are.
You see all those flags they have. This is an international looking team at the Commodores field. Players from Cameroon, Nigeria, Sweden, Australia.
Truly an international game. There could be some future Commodore stars right there.
Which flag you pull out? Well, you pulled out the flag of Nigeria, the green one, for Ezeli, who misses the second free throw.
Didn't know you were up on your flags.
Shot no good, but an offensive board by Washington and one. Good work by Michael Washington. 3-point opportunity.
Basket by Michael Washington is good.
Today's game brought to you by Alltel, the official wireless partner of fans. Well, Michael Washington coming on late after being blanked most of the game. He's hit 6 of his 8 shots. 6 points and 8 rebounds, sorry. Earl gave me the thing. I failed to interpret it correctly.
Is he doing some hieroglyphics on you over there?
Earl Anderson, our crack stat man.
Has been with us for many years.
Yep. Loves lobster, I understand. 26 years for Earl. He even beats you, Earl.
I know.
Got a lot of free lobsters in that 26 years.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeouts at the 3:38 mark. Speaking of lobsters, how about our Red Lobster nothing but net shot of the game?
Oh, how good a timing is this? Take a look at our nothing but net shot of the game by Red Lobster. And, of course, we'd have to go back to Vanderbilt. And in the second half, watch this nice lob play down inside. Lance Goldberg finishing it off. Nice catch. It was right out of an out-of-bounds play.
That's our Red Lobster nothing but net shot of the game. There's Earl. It's our man Earl right here.
His face is as red as a lobster right now.
Well, 3:38 left here, and Vanderbilt hoping to win 3 in a row as they head to their SEC tournament opening night game against Alabama. Well, Arkansas will play Florida. Florida on the NCAA bubble. But Vanderbilt's going to be a team to be reckoned with a little momentum as they go to Tampa, providing this lead holds up. Tinsley's floater. And fouled as Andre Clark got him right in the face. That's 3 on Clark.
Tom, you know, if Vanderbilt holds on and wins this game, and that's not a given yet because it's only an 8-point deficit for Arkansas. So give Vandy their 19th win of the year. And it also will give them 7 wins in their last 10 games.
Tinsley knocks down 2. He has 13 points in this game. It's a 10-point Commodore lead. Vanderbilt trying to win its 19th game overall. Fortson. Ogilvy took it away. And a nice pass to Beal, who lays it up. No good. Follow no good, but an Arkansas foul. Taylor hustling the floor, tried for the putback, and was fouled after Beal missed it. What a play by Ogilvy.
That looked like a 6-furlong race by two-legged people. Watch this right here. You can see the nice pickup by Beal. He just got a little bit ahead of himself, and Taylor tried to follow it. There's an ongoing succession of players going up to try to finish it.
Looked like an Australian rules football pass there by A.J. as Andre Clark commits his fourth. Ogilvy coming on late. One of the reasons, I suppose, that Vanderbilt, too, is coming on late in the season.
Well, he really has, and I mentioned this in the first half. He has really been troubled by some foot problems, particularly his heel. I asked him before the game today if, in fact, he was still getting treatment, and he said he was. In the last 3 games, it wouldn't show any indication that he's having any problems.
3 minutes left in this one. Our game brought to you in part by Sonic Drive-Ins. Well, this regular season has been anything if not unpredictable, and we will see that played out to the fullest in Tampa next week in the SEC tournament. Most likely our final go-round of the tournament, Larry, so it'll be fun to see some upsets and some storylines that emerge. Here's the way the first day looks. We'll start off with Ole Miss against Kentucky, then Georgia, Mississippi State, and the first night, Vanderbilt at Alabama, Arkansas at Florida, as we create some heroes at the SEC tournament, brought to you by Haviland. And of course, LSU and Auburn, the 2 top seeds of the West, and Tennessee and South Carolina in the East. Traveling call by Washington, 7th turnover by Arkansas.
Tom, I mentioned this to you off camera, but the 2 coaching jobs of getting Auburn and South Carolina up to where they are. So you take a look at the Friday matchups. I'll tell you, Darren Horn has done a terrific job at South Carolina, and Jeff Lebo over at Auburn.
Indeed. Ogilvy had a head of steam, and he wasn't going to stop as Washington takes the charge, and now Ogilvy has 4 fouls. Arkansas rolls it inbounds to save a few seconds. Rodney Clark knocked down by Jeffrey Taylor. That's going to get him a lecture, I predict. At this stage of the game especially, anytime, but this stage of the game especially, don't foul a 3-point
Well,
shooter.
you don't want to foul Clark because he's one of the leading free throw shooters in this conference.
Clark, a 93% free throw shooter. That's his 15th point. 4 of those in this second half. Fortson comes back for the Hogs. Andre Clark out. And Rodney Clark now has 20 points. Lance Goldberg. And we have a blocking call. And Michael Washington's just fouled out.
I tell you what, that's some high flying by Goldborn right here. Washington tries to get over there. He was moving. Goldborn was on his way to the rim.
6 points and 8 rebounds for Washington, who fouls out. Got an early foul trouble today. Spent a lot of time on the bench. He can be moving, of course, but not set, and didn't appear that Washington was set. He fouls out of the game with 2:20 left. So Lance Goldberg at the free throw line. Vandy unable to really put Arkansas away.
Tom, I really like these 4 freshmen that Kevin Stallings brought on this year. And all 4 have contributed a lot to this basketball team.
Second free throw good as Charles Hinkle replaces Goldberg.
Hinkle has not gotten much playing time this year as a redshirt freshman.
Also in the game for Vanderbilt, number 33, Steve
Chingang comes in and Tinsley goes out. And Sanchez has replaced Britt for Arkansas. Clark, that's a 2, no good. Offensive rebound, Sanchez, he's bodied under there, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Sanchez got in good position for that offensive rebound. Oftentimes when you're on the other side of the basket, you see the ball coming toward the rim. Get a pretty good read of whether it's going to be short or long, and Sanchez did get a good read that time and pulled it in and drew the foul.
Third foul on Steve Chingang. As Michael Sanchez, who has only 1 point in the game. A reminder, SEC tournament action starts at 1 o'clock Eastern time from Tampa on most of these stations Thursday.
First time to go to Tampa with the Southeastern Conference tournament.
Sanchez hits 2, and with 2 minutes left, 66-58. Backcourt foul called on Andre Clark, and that's 5 on Andre. So he becomes the second Razorback to foul out, joining Michael Washington. And we'll walk down to the Vanderbilt free throw line. 2 points in the game for Andre Clark.
I'm going to tell you, the Commodores are going to have to make their free throws. Arkansas has got this thing down to 8 points. Seems like through the years we have always witnessed a Vanderbilt basketball team that always shoots free throws well.
They're 4th in the league this year at 71.4%, and they've gotten 6 of their last 8 points at the free throw line. For the game, Vanderbilt is 21 of 28. Jermaine Beal adds to that. And he can reach double figures with his second free throw. No good. Sanchez the board. Clark, pull-up shot, tough one. Tinsley into front court. Goldburn leaves it for Ogilvie to score. Now 10 points for Ogilvie and a double-double. His 57th career double-double in 62 games, or double figures. His 62nd game that he's played for Vandy. 57 of those have been double-figure games. And for the season, he has 4 double-doubles, 8 in his career. Tinsley. I don't know if they give it to Ogilvie or Tinsley.
I think they just gave it to Tinsley. I think the ball dropped in.
Fortson taken away. Here's a run out by Beal. Taylor made the steal in the pass and Beal the finish. Jermaine has 11 points.
That one should do it.
56 seconds left.
Good defensive work here. Fortson trying to over-penetrate. Taylor comes up with it. The shovel pass forward, and Jermaine Beal with the nice finish.
And A.J. Ogilvie's only 1 rebound short of a double-double, his 5th of the season. And that career-high 33 points, the first Vanderbilt sophomore to pass 1,000 points in his career. Didn't score as many today as he did the last 2 games, but was a presence nevertheless. In double figures again, and 1 rebound shy of a double-double.
You know, Tommy, you were talking in the first half about teams that are really on a roll right now going into Tampa. This Vanderbilt team has got to be one of those. I mean, they beat South Carolina here. They thumped them pretty well. And then a big upset win in Baton Rouge. And then they come back here on Sunday to win against Arkansas. They won their last 3 heading for Tampa.
That brings a smile to Kevin's face, Kevin Stallings.
The young man did not have a good second half. He had a good first half. Courtney Fortson I'm talking about.
Jeffrey Taylor with a double-double today, his 3rd of the season. The freshman with 16 points and 10 rebounds. Meanwhile, Courtney Fortson held him only 2 this second half after the big scoring first half. Welsh traveled in that fake. John Pelfrey's had a tough season. He would have lost 10 of 11 and finished 2-14 in SEC play.
Well, it had to be disappointing for them, Tom, because they won 12 of their 13 non-conference games. And now they're going to drop 14 of their 16 SEC games.
That kind of raised expectations at non-conference, and then reality hit as conference play began.
Joe Duffy?
Yeah, Joe Duffy with the basket on the final game of the regular season. Gray calls down that miss. Kevin Stallings had not won a regular season finale as the Vanderbilt coach. Well, he's going to get one here as the final seconds tick away. He'll be 1-9 in senior day games at Vanderbilt. Commodores will have won 3 in a row as they head to the SEC tournament in Tampa. The final score is 75-58. Vanderbilt holding Arkansas to 29% shooting for the game as they win 3 in a row and they're 19th on the season. The Commodores place 5 players in double figures with the win to give them momentum as they head to Tampa. It's been another eventful regular season, and now we look forward to the SEC tournament in Tampa. Our coverage begins at 1 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday. The SEC tournament brought to you by Haviland on most of these Raycom stations. Vanderbilt beats Arkansas. Tom Hammond for Larry Conley saying so long from Nashville. You've been watching Raycom SEC basketball.